In this lesson, we're going to find and enable a couple of contributed Drupal 8 themes in order to change the overall look of our site. We are going to pull two themes from Drupal.org, Insha and Space. Let's go take a look at these. Insha is a theme that claims to be responsive and mobile friendly. It also claims to use HTML5 and CSS3 and have mobile support. It offers a couple of different layouts and 11 regions. Right now, I'm just looking at the features that are described on this project page. I'm going to scroll down a little bit here and take a look at who's using it and whether or not it's actively maintained. So right now, it looks like it's actively maintained. It has 5 issues, all of which are open, so none of them have been addressed yet, and it looks like it's a fairly new theme. The other theme that we're going to look at is Space. This is also a responsive theme, and it uses CSS coded with Sass and Compass, so we know that it's going to use fairly cutting-edge technology. We can also see that it does not allow support for IE8 and below based on the description, and that it's a very new project. I'm going to scroll down here so that we can take a look at what's available as far as downloads, and right now there's only one download available, and that's for Drupal 8. These are the two themes that we're going to use. I chose these two themes simply because the current version of the theme doesn't break when added to the current beta of Drupal 8. Please do not consider this an endorsement of either of these two themes. When you are looking for a theme, however, you'll want to look for some keywords on your theme. I already mentioned a few when first showing off these pages. Responsive is probably the most important one in today's web development environment. You will want to make sure that your site is mobile friendly, which means that you want to have a responsive theme. It's also a good idea to make sure that any theme that you choose is HTML5 based and makes use of Sass and Compass. Some themes will not support older browsers, as is the case with Space, which says that it does not support IE8 and below. IE8 and IE9 are two browsers that are often still used but are not supported by a lot of the newer, more interesting themes that are available. If you want support for IE8 or IE9, you'll want to pay attention to this in the theme documentation. I've already downloaded these two themes and added them to the theme folder. So we're going to take a look at this. Here's our Drupal root directory, and in here is a themes folder where we can add contributed themes. I've downloaded and added Insha and Space. So the code exists and is available to my Drupal site. If I click on either of these, I can see the files that are available in the theme. The configuration files in my theme are YAML files. This is this extension, .yml. The page layout is done using templates, and these are twig files. The CSS, which in the case of this particular theme is done through Sass and Compass, is going to have its own files as well. These are files that you can edit, although anytime you're using a contributed module or theme, it's not best practice to edit these files directly. Going back to our site, themes can be enabled just like modules, but this happens under the Appearance section of the site management. So I'll click on Appearance, and I'm going to scroll down here. The first thing that we see are the installed themes. We also have this option to install a new theme through the UI, but I've already added the themes to the directory. We're seeing all of the themes that have already been installed the same way that we would actually install a module. And then down here, we have uninstalled themes. These are additional themes that are available to our site and can be installed and then configured as the theme that's being used on the site. So I'm going to go ahead and install and set as default the Insha theme. By setting it as the default, that means that it is the theme that will display the content on my site. So I'm going to go ahead and check that now. The site has reloaded. I'm still in the administration theme right now because I'm on an administration page. But if I go back to the site, everything will look completely different. And this was simply done by installing a new theme. Let's also take a look at Space. So I'm going to go back to Appearance. I'm going to scroll down to the uninstalled themes. I'm going to install and set as default the Space theme. Then I'm going to scroll down here. Now, because I did not uninstall Insha, it's still an enabled theme, and I can still access it. but the one that will display the content is space. So I'm going to go back to the site, and now we see an entirely different site here. Very dramatic difference. Right now, these may not look exactly as we want them to, since elements are displaying in odd locations. We're going to clean up these displays in the next lesson, and we're going to do this using blocks layout and also using theme settings.